Hey everybody, welcome to Hey Man.
Hey man, bing 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 bing.
So we're in my hotel room. We're a little cramped together because the technology stuff that I brought didn't look.
It looks good on paper.
For those of you who don't know me well enough yet, just know that my plans for technology never seem to.
No. Look, long story short, I could take down the Wolf family if I wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's not even close. Passwords, this and that.
Yeah, but it's past that. I couldn't figure out how to get that light behind the camera to work.
Yeah, I remember you also called me when you got to Vegas and you were like, hey, so how does the modem for the internet work, right? I just plug it in and I don't have to set anything else up.
No, that's not what I said.
It was the internet to the TV.
I said because we had never been wireless. I mean, we wireless with their internet. We're not dial-up. But we had always had cable. So I was like, so you just don't need cable or anything? You just put the TV on the wall? And you were like, yeah.
Because it's a smart TV, so the apps are like Netflix and all that stuff's already on the TV. So he was like, you don't need an HDMI? I was like, what would you plug the HDMI into? And he was like, yeah, okay.
Well, the problem with the smart TV is you probably need a smart person to use it. Is
that's
camera crooked?
A little.
Damn it. Hold on, everybody. I hope I don't fuck this whole thing up.
No, other way. This way.
Yeah. I think I fixed it.
Actually, I'm going off the straightness of the edge on the top of the curtain.
I feel like I nailed it.
Yeah, I think you did well.
Yeah. Wow, everybody. Wow.
What a turn of events.
Anyways, we're here in Tempe, where I've been doing sold-out shows at the Tempe Improv. Mm-hmm. This dude has been joining me on stage. The shows have been fire.
Fucking phenomenal.
And, but coincidentally, this is the place, this town. I thought Jacob was going to go to ASU.
It's the place I wanted to go because everyone's like, oh, you just wanted to go party. It's like, no, because I wanted to stay close to home, but not close enough. You know what I'm saying? And I was getting into sports broadcasting. I wanted to go into communications. And ASU's like number 4 in the country for communications and broadcasting. So they had a great school and a great communications program. So I wanted to come out here to get more into like sports broadcasting.
Yeah.
But, you know, turn of events, didn't end up coming here, LSU, but I think either way, college wasn't for me. So, you know.
You know what's interesting
it is what it is.
Is that like when I was growing up, especially in the town that I grew up, and especially in the family that I grew up in,
mm-hmm.
college, it wasn't like you have to go, but it also wasn't like there was a question whether you were going to go or not.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such an antiquated thing. Well, let me just back that up. I think college isn't necessary if you want to be successful.
Agreed.
I think for me, the thing that I get the most out of college was more social stuff than it was.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because you're on your own, you're independent, but you're not really independent.
Right.
Like, you're out there, but there's a bit of a net.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And you get to also like, I had 4 years where I got to fuck about. You had to get a job and pay rent.
Immediately when I got back.
Yeah.
It was just quick. That's just the way we did it. And I just told myself I wanted to be a member of society and not have to go back sit in another fucking math class.
Well,
so that was that for me. I was like, yo, I'm done.
Like, we kicked you out of the house, to be fair.
You helped me out of the house. How about that? I won't say kicked me out, but you helped me out.
Not kicked, but we did say, hey, you can't live here anymore.
Yeah. I also want to go back. College, we think college is, you know, you don't have to go unless you want to be an engineer or a lawyer or a doctor.
Yeah, those are important.
Those are important things to go to school for. That's not what we're getting at. We just mean more on like other things.
Fucking go to school for whatever you want, man.
Absolutely.
I'm on board for it.
Absolutely.
Now, do you remember, I'm not sure if we told everybody, do you remember when I told you, I was like, you're going to have to move out of the house? And you go, what? And I said, it's going to be good for your independence and you moving forward. And
which it was.
It'll be good for you feeling good about yourself. Mm-hmm. And you just looked at me and you go, agree to disagree. And I'm like, whatever.
Agree to disagree because I was down to be on my own, but I didn't want to have to pay to be on my own. You know what I'm saying? Like.
But do you remember the video you sent me?
Yeah, the first morning I was the first morning I was on my own. I sent him a video of me pouring beer into Captain Crunch while taking a bong rip. And I was like, is this what being an adult's like? This is fucking awesome.
You know, it's funny. I walked into his apartment. He was like, you got to take a hit off a joint. I'm like, why? He's like, my house, my rules. I was like, oh okay.
Yeah.
Fucking, we're throwing the my house, my rules. But you changed the rules around a little bit.
Yeah, I made it more fun.
Now, I will say, I wanted you also to come here. I never voiced that.
I wanted to come here too. Like this was my number one. I did end up getting accepted. There was just a long period of wait time. Long story short, with about a month before May Day, so everybody who's gone to college, May 1st is your deadline day to pick where you go to school. So about a month before May Day, I have gotten 7 out of my 8 letters. 1 is a denial. The other 6 I got in, which was awesome.
Where'd you get denied?
Oregon. University of Oregon.
That's right.
I got into Colorado State, CSUN, and a couple other ones just like on the West Coast.
Yeah.
LSU was the furthest I had chosen. LSU was my one school that was way out of there.
LSU because
my mom's from Louisiana. All her family is are lineages and Tigers and generations. So go Tigers.
Yeah. What was that?
Go Tigers. It's a tiger claw. Ram. You know, go
Ram.
Ram. You know, like go Tigers. Ram.
This is what people in the stands do. They go Tigers.
No, I just always do go Tigers. When I say it. That, by the way, that is not at all an LSU thing. I just do go Tigers.
Yeah, that doesn't. That's more like hey Tiger.
Yeah. So about a month before May Day, I am waiting for my application, and I'm on my portal, and it says.
It sounds dirty.
Yeah, it sounds dirty, but it's not. And it says still haven't received transcripts, and I was like. That's
right.
And I was like, that's bullshit because I have an email right here confirming that you guys have my transcripts.
Right.
So I call them and they're like, you don't have this. And I go, check again. And they go, oh yeah, that's an error on, like literally the exact words out of his mouth were, oh yeah, that's our fault. And I was like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
So when am I getting my acceptance letter? And then he said, oh, we haven't even taken a look at your application yet because we didn't think you had all your transcripts. So we were waiting for you to send in the rest of your stuff, but that's an error on our part. And I go, okay, so it's a month before I have to choose where I go. Can you? And he took the phone from me because I was pissed. I went to the other room and I was upset. And he gets on the phone. He goes, "Can you 100% guarantee that he's going to get into the school?" And they go, 95, but can't promise anything because we can't, bring more kids than we can, accept. And so then and there, I had to just choose LSU, or I wanted to choose LSU because that was my second choice. And so I had to take LSU, which was, the semester I was there was great. Learned a lot of things, met some people, not a lot of crazy people that I'll, connect with again, but still had a good time. But again, figured out that school wasn't for me. But I found out probably in June that I got into ASU, something like that, like something like in the summer. And I was like, guys, even if I got this letter midsummer, am I even allowed to still go to school? Like, would you accept me if I said yes? Do you know what I'm saying? So and then also, the Cronkite School of Communications is the school here at ASU. And when we met the dean, he was like, hey, so you're probably not going to get in your freshman year. And I was like, that's fair. He goes, most freshmen don't. He goes, but your sophomore year, you're most definitely going to get in. I go, great. I ended up getting into the Cronkite School of Communications as well, but wasn't able to go because I had already fully committed to go to Louisiana. Dude, so it was a bummer.
When
we were on the Josh Wolf show when I got that email.
Yeah. When we dropped you off at your dorm room and shut the door, and so we knew that this was dropping you off. We're not seeing you again.
Well, I mean, seeing me again, but
But what was going through your mind?
You want me to be honest?
Yeah.
And honestly, I needed them out of my dorm fast because I had weed in my bag, and I didn't want them to see that I had flown to Louisiana with weed in my bag. So, in all honesty, my first thought was, we'll do this all sentimental stuff later. Get out, because we were unpacking my suitcase, and we were one layer before I lifted up a shirt, and there was just a bag of it right there. And so I was just, and I was like,
what's funny?
And so I was like, hey, love you guys. I'm gonna unpack the rest of this by myself later. And
I was expecting this. I was expecting this mushy, just right now, sentimental. It was tough for me. You're like, I couldn't wait to get you out so I could smoke some weed.
No, not smoke some weed. I just didn't want
my weed away.
I just didn't want you guys to know that I had flown with it to Louisiana.
Like you had flown with it to Mexico? But But
I did do that also, by the way. Way less, but I did also do that a couple years ago.
Because that wasn't our experience, but your mom and I walked to the car in silence.
Yeah. Well, do you guys remember that I didn't close the door right there, and I walked you guys out to the edge of the dorm, and it was a clear door, and so I shut it. And as we shut it, you waved. I saw a tear come down your face. Mom was bawling.
Yeah.
And then when I saw Mom cry, I was like, yeah, like this is like a family dinner. So, sometimes she cries giving a toast before she even get a word out.
Yeah.
And then I saw him cry, and I was like, all right. And then I turned around, and not gonna lie, single one fell out. And I was like, all right, we're good. Everything's good.
One of my favorite things about you, man, is that you are. What's that?
Everything.
Yeah, but you are not afraid of your emotions.
Never have been. I was an emotional kid for a lot of my life. I just finally learned how to control it around 17 or 18.
But you were not like, you were a guy who still sheds tears of joy.
Oh yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah.
You're not afraid of your emotions or of tears or anything like that.
I cried Christmas morning.
Yeah. But I think that's amazing, man. I think that's so healthy.
It's important to be in touch with your emotions. Hey, anybody out there who says men aren't allowed to cry, you're wrong.
I mean,
it's like a societal thing where like men are supposed to be tough and like we're not supposed to.
Oh, is that right?
You know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, do you know that?
Oh yeah. Thanks for sharing that.
You're
with
welcome.
Me. Let me tell you something. By the way, my pecs are smaller, so it's hard to tit flip me anymore.
No, I just went to tickle you.
Oh, you used to fucking when I had pecs, you used to tit flip me all the time.
Oh, I can still do it. Don't test me.
I don't want you to. You remember the word you used to say?
Scoop.
Scoop?
That's what you do to your friends. You go scoop.
Well, you do that to your friend?
No, scoop. Yeah, we would go scoop like that.
Yeah, you don't do this to your friend.
No, I did this. You did this.
You did this.
I did this.
Check the tape.
We're gonna
you
rewind
went
it.
two
We're
finger.
gonna rewind it after.
I can't wait to check this tape and slow-mo it. Listen, the guy who was going to help us with this editing, his name is Bill. Bill, check the scoop.
But I want you to slow-mo it when you put it on because I was right.
Slow-mo it and put it to some fun music.
Some.
Had the time. I can't sing too much of it.
Oh, yeah. Just give me a little sax.
A little sax.
Saxophone. But so also we used to go scoop or dip, and then we go up, too much bean dip, and we'd slap the top of the titty back down, which was really funny. So you go up and then down. You go up, too much bean dip, and slap them back down.
You'd scoop and then dip?
Yep.
You'd scoop slap?
Yeah.
Sklap? Skloop? Sloop?
Skloop is funny.
Sloop? Skloop?
Skloop with a C, yeah, I like that one.
Skloop. I don't even know. It sounds better than it is.
Yep. I don't know. I think it sounds worse than it is.
Skloop. When you come back to like a college campus, is there any part of you that wishes that you had stayed the 4 years? Or?
I don't know. Part of me, like, there's always a little bit of me that's like, like college could have been fun, but at the same time, for me, it's like, I worked my ass off for 4 years to get where I am, like while people were in school, and people work their asses off in college. I'm not taking anything from that, but there's the partying and taking away and the finals, which I don't miss. Maybe the social, but I also didn't need the social aspect because I was already a social enough kid and had a nice friend group and had good people who I had beside me. So I was never freaking out about having to make new friends because, for me being a social butterfly, I just kind of always feel like people end up in front of me. So we just always end up having conversations or making acquaintances or stuff like that. But no, man, like when I look back on all the work that I put in, all the stupid jobs that I've done, all the fun jobs that I've done, it was way more worth than going to college for sure.
You have always been able. One of the reasons that I think, that you've always been able to talk to anybody, but like you were, because I was single and still had to do my job and still had to audition. You were around adults
all the time.
Yeah,
and also at the store, like
at a very early age.
I mean, there were points in your comedy career where Joe Diaz would babysit me in the green room while you went on stage.
What?
So I mean, like it's been my whole life. I've been around people who are older than me. So.
Are you like, because we've been doing a lot of videos and this podcast, and your reaction videos are getting a ton of views.
Thank you, guys.
Oh yeah, amazing, guys.
Appreciate it.
But like, do you like the newfound attention? Because you've always had attention, but this is a little different.
Yeah, I will say, like, after the videos have gone out, I've got people in LA who notice me, which is always cool. Like, being able to get noticed by somebody who you have no idea who they are and they've just seen your face online.
Let's stop for a second. When you say Why is that cool? And I know why I like it, but like, what is it that's cool?
That's what I was getting into.
Oh, okay.
To have somebody come up to you who doesn't know you and say, hey, I think you're super funny and the stuff you do with your dad's awesome. Like, it's definitely something that's a newfound thing for sure. But I mean, I think it's cool because for someone to take their time out of their day to just come up and say, hey, love your stuff, think you're super funny, and then, not have anything more about it. It's just a nice conversation is I think really cool. I think it's just it's definitely something that I have to get used to, but I definitely think it's humbling. It's really cool.
Yeah. It is super humbling that you've affected somebody's day like that and without ever knowing it.
The dude we took a picture with yesterday outside, it was awesome. He saw us and he stopped in his tracks and he went, holy sh! Is this Josh and Jake Wolf? And we were like, what's up, man? And he asked for a picture and he posted it and he said, yo, this whole Phoenix trip was worth it now that I met you two. Like, that shit to me is really cool.
Can I tell you though, this thing that we're doing now with you and me and you, I'm really, we've talked about doing things.
Don't hit me with that pen.
I won't. I'm just like the way it looks on the screen.
I know, but it's also, the pen point is out, so
it's not.
Oh, I thought it was.
You and I have talked about doing things for a long time, and this is just kind of when it's fallen. But I'm so glad this is because this is really, at a point in time in my career where I'm just older and I look for things that keep what I do fun.
The energy, stuff like that.
Yeah, and you keep this fun for me. Now,
well, I'm a younger you, man. I'm literally mini you. So
I have, except better looking. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Because people ask and people talk about, people ask questions about stories about you and I, and somebody asked me last night, or said last night, you know everything about him, huh? I'm like, I think so. And then it dawned on me that I think I know more about you than you know about me. Not only do I think I know more about you than you know about me, I think I know more about your generation song. Like if we had a test on generations, I feel like I know more about you than you about me. And so we have a couple of questions here.
Can I put in something?
Hold on a second. We have a couple of questions here on this. We're going to start doing on the podcast where we're going to test each other's knowledge, not only about each other, but about each other's generations.
Right.
And I think that we'll keep a running score.
Right. This will be the only thing. He's lived through both of these generations. So he's lived not through only his and growing up, but he's lived through my generation as well. So he's also picked up on things that I've brought into the house or stuff like that. So I may actually give you the yes on that because you have the upper hand of being able to live through your era and mine. I only know your era from stories or shit I read online. So this one, in certain areas, he might take. But I think generally I'm a pretty knowledgeable kid. So
all right. So this is what I decided. We would do the number one song that was on our 16th birthday. The number one song that was the Billboard number one song on our 16th birthday. Now, I asked you to find out what your number one song on your 16th birthday was, and then I asked you to send me 3 other songs. And so, do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
Well, after I did this research, I remembered, I actually know the number one song by heart because of something that happened this year, or in that specific year. So,
are you giving me a clue?
No, because you won't ever know the clue. You won't ever know the event or know it off the top of your head. Okay. I take this event to heart, which is why I know what this number one song was when I was 16.
Let me just do something unfortunate.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
Oh, wait. These are the fake ones.
I like how he has fake ones and real ones, but can never tell which is which.
Well, the real ones are heavier.
Can I wear the fake ones?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I gotta say, man, I don't look terrible in glasses.
I like this, dude. Look at this.
It's kind of fun, actually. I'm gonna do this for the rest of the podcast. From now, can I keep the fake ones so I can wear them during our
100%.
Stuff? Fuck yeah.
Okay, so I'll go first.
I'm gonna do this when I. I'm ready.
Now do one of these. If I ask you a tough question.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And be like, and then maybe
You're under arrest.
I love this. Okay, this is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this while I'm thinking.
Okay. All right. What other glass prize? This one is a good one.
Oh, I like this one.
This one.
I like this one.
Oh yeah. You look like a thin
Dexter.
Penn and Teller.
I was gonna say Dexter from Dexter's
But
Laboratory.
not the silent dude.
Who's Penn and Teller?
Do you know who Penn and Teller are?
Wait, is that the magician? Yeah, the really big dude and then the silent guy.
Yeah, you
okay.
look like an AIDSy big guy.
AIDSy?
Yeah, like thin. That's how you
Yeah.
never just.
We're gonna. Anywho.
I mean, you know what's
Is
crazy?
that PC for 2022?
No,
Probably
but that's how we used to say when I was growing up. We would say Auschwitzy.
That's hilarious, but also you're Jewish. So
By the way, last night at the show,
I was gonna say that's just the thing you said on stage.
Last night at the
was
show,
crazy. I was not expecting
this
that.
woman, I said something and she said, "Oh shit," and I thought she screamed Auschwitz, and I was like, "That a crazy heckle to scream at a Jew." And she was like, "No, I said oh shit." I'm like, "Got it. That's better." Auschwitz.
Yeah, you coming out on stage too, also, and just because he's a little thinner than he usually is, which is totally okay, and it's okay, whatever is going on. But you came out on stage, you were like, I just want to address it. So if I look a little thinner, it's because I am, and there's no reason to it. But it's not because I've been, there's something wrong with me. I haven't been hanging out with Magic Johnson, and that joke fucking killed me.
Some people get real touchy about that.
I was crying in the green room. That was so funny.
Some people get real touchy.
Oh god, that shit was funny.
Just jokes, everybody.
Yeah,
just jokes.
Here for the fun.
All right, so. All right.
I like it when you put your glasses on. It makes your eyes look bigger, but for me, it just makes them look the same.
Because they're like magnified.
Yeah, I know. So you went up, and then you went up like that, and it just went bloop.
By the way, I told you I went to the gym yesterday for the first time in like a month.
Winded.
I'm feeling good, though.
That's good.
I might go back today.
Don't push it before the show.
I'm going to do some legs.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Am I reading mine first?
Yeah, I'll go second.
Okay.
So this is the #1 song in October.
Yo, these were huge songs. This is my 16th birthday, October 19th, 1985.
80s were a good year for movies. If we were gonna do top movie in 85, I don't know if I could pick between. Actually, it would probably be Back to the Future.
Well, but I don't know if that's in 85. Do you? I mean,
I feel like it was mid 80s that they put out the first and second Back to the Future.
For sure. All right, here we go. The first song, this song I remember, was so hot. And it was different. And Sting did a little guest on it. And Sting at the time was hot as fuck.
Yep.
And this band was called Dire Straits. Now, Dire Straits is a great rock band, but they had never had that huge commercial hit.
Right.
And then they put out this song that started with Sting going, I want my MTV.
I know that song because of a Mazda commercial.
Yeah, that's right.
I want my MPG is what they said.
Oh, is it? And so
they turned it to MPG.
This song is called Money for Nothing by Dire Straits.
Okay.
That's choice number 1.
Okay.
Now, I can't sing too much because they'll ding us on YouTube but I think I can get 3 notes in there, which I just did more than that.
Cool with that.
Okay, this next song, this dude is one of the iconic musicians. And I remember this song gave me a little, it made me do
Did you do your dance?
Made me do the Carlton dance.
No,
I haven't done the dance.
The giddy up?
The giddy up.
We're going to bring that out for you guys another time.
I can't wait for you guys to see the giddy up. So it made me, if the Carlton had been around at the time, it would have made me wanted to do it. But it's Stevie Wonder, Part-Time Lover.
Oh, okay. I know that song.
Okay.
I do also know who Stevie Wonder is for everybody. I'm not, uncultured. I'm pretty cultured in music.
Of course you do.
I also worked at an event where where he came and sang like 6 or 7 songs.
That's amazing.
It's pretty awesome watching.
What event was that?
GC Lab. It was that global.
You saw Stevie Wonder?
Bro, I watched him warm up. I saw all of his stuff before the actual concert, and then I watched him perform on stage. Oh yeah, dude, it was fucking awesome. They ended the show with everybody who performed that night and coming out and doing a sing along with Stevie to one of his songs. It was fucking cool.
Was it I Just Come? Can't do any more than that.
What if I did another part of it?
No.
Okay.
You get a space.
But yeah, I was able to see Stevie, which was really cool.
That's amazing.
I worked pretty closely with his daughter for a couple weeks leading up to it as well. She's one of the nicest people I've ever met.
That's amazing.
Super, super sweet.
Let me just say on a side note, and I'll get back to this.
Okay.
Your mom and I were talking about this. For 24 years old, dude, if I listed the dope-ass experiences that you've had.
Oh, it tops some people's lifetimes.
Yo.
Absolutely.
You have really done a ton, and a wide, varied, like really cool. And you know what's best, man, is you don't brag about them.
No.
When you're in the middle of them, you really do you experience them.
Look, yeah, man.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing for someone your age to be able to.
Best to live in the moment. Like, look, if you're at a concert or something like that, like obviously you want some mementos and stuff. But like for example, Poppy Celebrity Golf Tournament, right?
You want mementos?
Mementos?
Oh, mementos. I thought you meant more Mentos.
More
candies.
Good lord.
I was like, why did you say mementos?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Huh?
It's like Poppy's Golf Tournament,
Yeah.
for instance. Like for me, did I take my flicks with athletes and stuff? Absolutely. Right time, right place though. But other than that,
Man, you and I had some fun.
oh my God. Other than that, man, I just wanted to live in the moment. Half the time I wasn't on my phone, mainly because I didn't have Wi-Fi and it was couldn't text.
That was
But
Dominican.
yeah, but even the one in Miami, like I was never on my phone because it was just one. I was hanging out with him. I was like, for me, actors, actresses, athletes, ha! You know what I'm saying? Like
too.
that's our thing. So for us, like that shit is special. Like, Ray Allen, Bobby Orr, Pedro Martinez, like just some to name a few. Like that for me is like an amazing moment to just be a part of. Yeah. And so for me, I'd much rather live in the moment and have the memory than have the photo. Like for me, it's just always been that way.
I can't get over
that I'm in glasses.
The glasses, yeah.
It's pretty funny, isn't it?
Okay. The next song.
Next song.
From a movie. One of my favorite 80s movies. Without a doubt. Peak Rob Lowe.
What movie?
Peak Demi Moore. Peak Emilio Estevez.
I know all of those names.
Peak Judd Nelson.
I know that name too.
Oh,
wait.
St. Elmo's Fire. Get the fuck. Your mom's big crush, Andrew McCarthy.
She loves that movie.
Andrew McCarthy was her dude. He was in there too. Those dudes in the 80s, those men and women in the 80s, and I forget the two other women who were in that movie, Demi Moore and two other phenomenal actresses. But the theme for St. Elmo's Fire.
I don't think I know that theme. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Yeah, and you got Rob Lowe playing saxophone. Oh, not as good as the dude. Did you ever see Lost Boys?
Yeah, definitely.
The fucking dude with the hair like yours playing the sax, greased up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It just ripped. I remember watching him that first time, like, yo, I'm 100% straight, but yeah, damn.
That's what I want to look like.
I did, dude. 100%. When I saw that movie, I was always infatuated with being able to have hair like that, which I never was able.
You had hair like this.
No, dude.
You had hair down to your ass.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that. Yours is good hair. Mine, no matter what, just looked like a bunch of squirrels' nests. Last song. And this song, for me, honestly, the music video got me before the song. Because the music video was so different than any music video that had ever been put out. And this song is Take On Me. And so that's three notes.
What if I just scream the end of it? And just keep going.
I would love to hear it.
Yeah, I don't have the voice for that.
It's a tough one.
Not a lot of people do, if I gotta be so honest.
No, just the guys from
Those are the guys in the weird like frisbee hats, right?
No, that's Devo.
Oh, that's Devo. Whoops.
I
saw a cover band of them.
They sang "Whip It."
Yeah, I saw a cover band of them in Seattle once.
You did?
When I was up there visiting my biological mother, I was with Kate and I think one of her friends.
You were going to see.
We were in a park.
Oh. Maybe it was Kate that went to see Sean's band.
I did that too.
Yeah, I thought so.
I am not talking about dating Delilah.
Okay, so tell me right now, You have I Want My MTV.
Okay.
You've got Part-Time Lover. You've got St. Elmo's Fire, and you've got Take On Me. Tell me which one was number one on my 16th birthday, Jacob Wolf.
I'm going to go with my gut because it sounds like it wouldn't be the answer because it's too easy and it's such a quintessential 80s song. But I think Take On Me was the number one song on your birthday in 1985.
Jacob Wolf, the correct answer is not
Damn.
St. Elmo's Fire.
Oh, okay. I figured that one.
It is not Part-Time Lover.
These were the two I was between. These were definitely the two I was between. Come on.
The song that was number one on my birthday was number one for 2 weeks in a row.
Come on.
For the week of October 19th and the week of October 25th.
Come on.
And that song is Take On
Come on.
Me.
Give me that.
All right.
Okay,
You're up.
let's go. All right. So I'm going to tell the story of why I know this so well after he's made his guess.
Okay.
But so when I was 16, it was 2013 on my 16th birthday. So a couple of years difference for him.
Uh-huh.
And there, thinking just about 2013, in all honesty, between the years of 2013, 2015, some of my favorite music ever. Like, it's just good memories, nostalgic, all that kind of stuff. So I think 3 out of the 4 of these artists that I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
So I think this will be good. First one is Radioactive by Imagine Dragons.
Love that song.
Great song. I think Imagine Dragons are really talented. They always put out a hit kind of every year.
Love that song,
Great song.
And I love Imagine Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see them in concert. I imagine that they're really good.
I hear their production is outstanding.
Is that the one that goes...
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
It's a good one.
that's a great song.
yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to listen to it in the gym.
Next one, Blurred Lines, Robin Thicke. Y'all remember this song a lot from his performance with Miley Cyrus.
But you also, that video, it turns out, that girl that was in that video, Emily Regina...
Yeah, Radajowski.
Yeah,
I think it's Radajowski.
Ratatat?
Mm-hmm.
Emily, no disrespect for your last name, I just honestly don't know how to
pronounce it.
But I think that's the video where she claims that he was super handsy and sexually assaulted her.
Well, I mean, if
Isn't
you
that
look,
the right one?
I think so. I mean, if you look at the performance he had with Miley, it kind of would.
Yeah,
Remember the foam finger and
Yeah.
that was that performance. She came out and did Blurred Lines with Robin Thicke.
I really try not to judge people, because I think your whatever persona you put out there is that persona, and it's very rare. Not very rare. There are 0 people who are 100% themselves in public, right?
100%.
But this dude, I just don't know if I would like him.
I don't think so either. He doesn't seem like a very likable guy.
I don't want to say that, but I feel like in the when I hear him talk and it just doesn't seem like a dude that I would vibe with.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I wonder if he'll put out, because he's on that show. I wonder if he'll put out new music. I loved his dad. His dad was a great actor.
Who's his dad?
His dad is a guy named Alan Thicke, who was the dad.
I know that name.
He was the dad in Growing Pains. He was and Kirk Cameron was on the show. When I was growing up, I had that little mullet and I had the same kind of curly hair as Kirk Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
And so people used to think that he and I looked alike. And I'm so glad that isn't the case anymore. Yeah. Last night somebody thought I looked like Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead.
Everybody says that. They're right. You do. When your hair's a little longer, you look just like him. I would totally agree with that. I think one year you should actually go for Halloween and just do it and dress up as him.
What does he wear? Just pants and a shirt?
Yeah, like an old raggedy, dirty button-down shirt, some beat up cargos, boots, and then he's just his hair.
Yeah. So I have all of those articles of clothing.
Yeah, and the beard. So
yeah,
we're good.
Yeah.
Third one, Thrift Store, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Right?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, hate that song.
Oh.
Hate it. I also just for me, that song hella overplayed. I just never got the vibe with it.
Did you like him?
No, not at all. Like whatsoever.
Really? I really like him.
Yeah.
I like that one song, too.
I don't. I
You know
honestly
the song
don't.
I'm talking about?
The song that I just told you?
Is that the one where...
Ask your grandpa, can I have his hand-me-downs?
Uh,
No. He's got another song. Oh, it's
it's the one that Jill Scott was on.
Yeah. And the last one, this isn't really more of a song. It's more of like a dubstep. Do you remember the trend Harlem Shake?
Oh, come on, dude.
So-
Are you telling me you don't think I did the Harlem Shake?
Do the Harlem Shake.
We did the Harlem Shake on Chelsea lately.
Fucking right.
Yeah. Don't you remember that?
By Bauer. Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah, we did the Harlem Shake.
And so those are your 4 choices. Josh Wolf, what was the number 1 song the week of my 16th birthday in 2013?
It was not Radioactive.
Okay.
That would be too good to be true.
It's true.
It was not. What was the second one?
Blurred Lines.
No.
Oh, that's not the one you were talking about, or like the other one?
It wasn't Blurred Lines.
Okay. So you want me to read the title of the 2 you got left?
No, I want to look at you right in the face. Okay. So I'm just going to, don't answer me, but I'm just going to look at you. Was it Macklemore? Or was it the Harlem Shake? It was Macklemore.
You are correct.
Yeah.
This is the reason I know that. In 2013 at the Grammys.
By the way, we don't want to acknowledge that I
hold
can
on.
tell just by looking at your face.
I didn't even move. Like, there was no twitch, was there?
100%.
What was the tell?
You?
Fuck. Anyways, so this is how I know that by heart. In 2013 at the Grammys, for some godforsaken reason, Macklemore was put in Best Rap Album of the Year. Alongside Drake.
He's a rapper, that's why.
Nah, bro, he is not a rapper.
What do you mean?
Beside Drake, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, along all those guys, he's around greats in that category. He should have been blessed.
Whoa. Listen, I know Drake has outsold everybody in the world, but let's just pull back on calling him great.
He is the artist of this generation.
Sure, but
He
his
is-
music's doo-doo stew.
That's false. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis's music is doo stew.
Except that song where that I watched that video where he was at the Nike warehouse. That video,
Nike warehouse or in his house?
the Nike warehouse. It's called Hey Baby or something.
No, it says sometimes we laugh and sometimes we
Yeah,
cry.
I know that
I
one.
guess you know now.
What's that one?
That's Laugh Now, Cry Later.
That's his one. Listen, I know that.
False.
I know I'm not. But by the way, dude, I know I'm not the generation, right? And I don't. But so I don't really like Drake's music,
Which is fair.
I don't like Beyonce's music.
That's fair.
I will tell you this right now. I acknowledge that the two of them are immensely talented. Beyonce might be one of the best performers of all time.
Yeah.
Of all time, in a personality. And Drake too, man. That dude can put a catchy hook together, right?
Dude puts on a show too. His shows are crazy.
But I can't do it.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
But so here's my thing.
All right, go. Oh, I'm keeping score, by the way.
1-1. With Macklemore being in the category for Best Rap Album, fine. Kendrick Lamar that year dropped Good Kid, Mad City, which is his first studio album, which goes down as, for me, top 10 rap albums of all time. It is a masterpiece. Drake was in there. Kanye was in there. And there was one more that's also better than Macklemore, but I can't remember. Macklemore took home the Grammy that year for Best Rap Album. And to this day, that's how I know the Grammys are rigged. Grammys are bullshit. I don't watch the Grammys anymore. Fuck the Grammys. Since 2013, I haven't turned it on. That was rigged. It was bullshit. Kendrick should have won Grammy for Best Rap Album with Good Kid, Mad City. Eat your heart out if you think anything different.
I didn't. I mean, eat your heart out.
Eat your heart out. You heard me. You heard me.
Eat your heart out.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're using that right, but I like it.
I am. I love the glasses. The glasses have good effect.
I have to tell you that I think I'm going to like this.
Yeah, I think this can be fun.
Yeah. I think the next question we're going to ask, maybe we'll ask a personal question. Like how old we were when we first got drunk, or...
Okay. Yeah, like just other ones.
More questions, personal questions.
Yeah. And then also if if you don't know the answer, I don't know the answer, then we get a story out of it, which is nice because then something new.
Right. Well, I'll know the answer to mine. Is that what
And
you're
then if you
asking me?
don't know the answer to mine, I get to tell you the story about it.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
yeah, absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
what-
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was a good one. I really enjoyed that. I think I'm gonna enjoy doing that. Now look,
I was right when I said "Take on Me." I was like, I don't know. It might have been Stevie Wonder just because he's the icon that he is and all that.
well, those were all #1 songs right around that.
It's just such a quintessential '80s song. It felt like it fit the bill so well.
I actually am really. I did not know that before I looked it up, so I would have failed my own test about myself.
What would you have guessed?
Because I have a visceral. And by the way, Money for Nothing, I think was like a week before or 2 weeks before. I remember listening to that song so much in high school and right around when I was 16. And I remember that song in particular, listening to it in the library with my friends and having my Walkman. Yeah, man, Walkman with a fucking click click with a cassette. Oh,
Nope.
hiding it in the library and listening to your because if they found your Walkman, dude.
They took it.
Oh my god.
What are these rules? Sorry, I don't want to burp in your face. That's why I blew that
Yeah.
back. What do you mean they would take your Walkman if they saw you at the library? Like at school?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes more. I thought you just meant like a public library.
Oh, no.
I was like, what kind of rules were there in the 80s?
Yo, in the 80s, there were whatever rules they wanted them to be. And then they said, this is the rule. And you were like, what the fuck? And then they just took your shit.
That
I re-
sounds
I-
pretty relevant to today.
I remember that we had a keg in my car. And I had this little station wagon. I had a station wagon that was 4 on the floor. So it was not an automatic station wagon.
Right.
And so we used to be able to
Spin it.
tires
Yeah.
and burn rubber, and we would do fucking.
You used to do that in your Lexus.
What?
Yeah, I used to spin out your tires in the Lexus going around turns sometimes.
What?
So going to Matilaha, you know how there was the back street,
Yeah.
and then there was Millbank.
Yeah.
So I would go down the back street and get to Matilaha, and I would take cruise control off, and I would put my foot on the gas and my foot on the brakes, and I would sit there, and then I would take my foot off the brake and let the tires run, and then spin around the corner.
In my car?
Yeah. Yep. And Mom's.
What?
Yeah, actually, one night when you guys were out of town, Riley and I took Mom's car to the Fashion Square Mall down the street in that parking lot that's always empty.
Yeah.
We did donuts in the Lexus.
Get the fuck out of
In the
here.
SUV.
You did not.
Yeah, I did. Riley and I
Wow.
snuck out. Yeah, Riley and I snuck out that night and we did that.
Well, you didn't need to sneak out if we were gone.
That's true. But also, we also used to go to the mall parking lot when after dark, or like when it closed, and we
Yeah.
would ride our longboards through the parking lot and see who could time it and get down the fastest.
You also did you used to smoke by the river with that homeless dude?
Not with the homeless dude. Anytime I saw the homeless dude, I left. How about the dude? Remember that dude who called himself Bill, and he was always trying to get signatures for people to, like, for the city to not turn the LA River into a bike path? Did you ever meet that guy?
No. Where did you meet him?
At the river.
He
But
was
no.
getting signatures by the river?
He would walk up and down, I forget what that street was called, by the river, and he would just walk up and down it, and anybody who would walk their dog there,
Guys,
because I used to walk rock there all the time.
Let me give you a little background. The reason I sound so surprised, if there were 10 pedestrians down that street every day, I would say that was a busy day.
Oh, 100%. And like,
And there was just a dude with a clipboard?
no clipboard. He didn't have anything in hand. He would just ask us for signatures, and he would be like, "Can I get your email?" And I'd be like, "Fuck no."
Bill on the back
Bill,
street?
Bob, one of those.
That homeless dude, man, that guy was down at that river, but he always
In
had
the the kid's puffy jacket, that guy.
yeah, and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
and he had the Barbie slippers on that were too small.
Yeah. He was wearing children's clothing. It was all he could find though, so you know.
Yeah, that dude was.
Yeah, he was a little crazy. But yeah, Bill used to, every time I saw him, I go, "Bill, you talked to me yesterday." He goes, "Did I?" And I go, "Yeah." And my answer is no today, just like it was yesterday. Have a good day.
Fucking Bill.
Anytime we'd see him, I'd try to like navigate and get out the way, but he'd always like not chase me down, but always follow me wherever I went, which was kind of creepy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I can't wait. By the way, guys, this is one of my favorite parts about this podcast is finding out things that he did that I didn't know about. Now, just so you know, I was wrong about the email address.
No way.
No exclamation point.
Oh.
Hey,
I was
man,
gonna say, I was like, no way somebody has it.
hey man, HeyMaaN pod at gmail.com. Send in your questions. Hey man at gmail. Any questions, man. They can be family related. If you're a kid and you want to ask Jacob a question, if you're a parent and you want to ask me a question, or vice versa. Or just life question, whatever. I don't give a shit. If you want to know how to put a table together, you can ask me.
Or tie a tie. Whatever.
I do. Remember when you asked me how to tie a tie?
Yeah. Do you know, just really quick digression, sorry. There's a guy on YouTube, and he's created a channel that's called Dad, How Do I? And so it's for kids who don't have a father figure in their life and don't know how to do things that generally your dad would teach you.
Yeah.
And he teaches you how to do them all on YouTube. So like how to grill, or how to tie a tie, or like how to do a bunch of things. So it's called Dad, How Do I?
That's sad.
What do you mean? That's so cute. I think that's so awesome.
I'm totally kidding.
Come on.
I'm totally kidding.
I think that's awesome.
I think that's awesome. But guys, Jacob and I are loving doing this podcast.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
And we can't wait to do more. And January 6th, this week I'm in Edmonton.
I'm in LA.
Yep. We'll probably drop another pod. I got a couple weeks off, and then I'll be out near Chicago the third week in January, and then Jacob will be joining me in Columbus, Ohio, that last weekend in January.
Oh, yes, sir.
Besides that, comedianjoshwolf.com for tour dates. Guys, if you're listening or watching, but if you're listening, please, please, it just helps us. If you can leave a review and rate and subscribe. It's super important. I know, listen, man, I know every podcast says it, and I know I've been told to do it about 1 million times, and out of those 1 million times, I've done it 4. And all Jacob and I are doing is asking you to be one of your 4.
Facts.
It just really, it's hard to explain to you how much it helps the algorithm and how much it can help us get in front of more people, which is ultimately what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you can do that for us,
we would really appreciate it.
We would really appreciate it. And besides that, spread the word. Hey man,
that's it. Jake _Wolf on Instagram. That's where I pretty much am all the time. And it's Jake Wolf on TikTok. That's it.
All right, guys, we love you.
Love you guys. Happy New Year.
Later.
Thank you for the phone call. It doesn't matter if it's not ringing off the wall.